This is 7 National News. In our top story this evening, President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan has stressed his commitment to strengthening the role of the Federal National Council. On Tuesday, he asserted his keenness on supporting the FNC to ensure its active participation in the development of the national framework. The President's statement came while he was receiving FNC Speaker Mohammed Ahmad Al-Mour and members of the Special Committee set up to prepare a reply to the President's speech. In the official reply to the presidential address inaugurating the 15th legislative chapter of the country's parliament, the FNC reiterated its bonds with the leadership, commending the remarkable achievements the country has made at various levels, and said that it looks forward to seeing the government make a comprehensive review of its domestic policies. In the presence of Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and the Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao, the UAE's central bank signed yesterday a currency swap agreement with the People's Bank of China. The swap agreement aims at promoting trade and investment between the UAE and the People's Republic of China. The agreement comes after 1 year of negotiations and sets a mechanism to restrict foreign exchange risk between yuan and dirham transactions, with the purpose of facilitating payments for trade and investment between the two countries. And the Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao took the centre stage this morning at the 4th ChinaArab Business Conference in Sharjah before leaving this afternoon after concluding his 3-day visit. He was warmly welcomed by the ruler of the Emirate, His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasimi, as well as Her Highness Sheikh Lubna bint Khalid Al Qasimi, the UAE Minister of Foreign Trade, and several hundred Arab and Chinese delegates who attended the event. Conferences like today's reaffirm UAE's commitment to boost its trade ties with the Asian export power, a business relation that dates back thousands of years. Today, the Chinese Premier said China and the Arab world are building a new Silk Road. The 2012 Zayed Future Energy Prize was held in Abu Dhabi last night under the patronage and presence of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces. The prize is in honour of the late founding father of the UAE, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who placed priority on investing in human capital and preserving the natural resources for generations to come. In reflection of this, the 14 finalists of the evening were judged on 4 criteria: innovation, impact, leadership and long-term vision. The finalists competed for prizes to the value of $3.5 million.
Everywhere we see that the environment, the future of the earth, is the top concern of young people. And the inspiration of the prize, based on the legacy of Sheikh Zayed, is the work for the people, giving the young a better future, a new hope. And this prize, which has been established by Abu Dhabi in the memory of the great founder of the United Arab Emirates, is also a national honor. And I know that those who served on the jury, and I hope also the winners, will recognize that they are also carrying the legacy of Sheikh Zayed.
The awards ceremony, in its 4th year, shortlisted 425 entries to the top 14. However, the jury, made up of industry experts and sustainability activists, stated that all entries were praiseworthy of their efforts towards local communities, and selecting the winners was a challenging task. Winners included Paul Dickinson, Executive Chairman of Carbon Disclosure Project for the SME and NGO category. French company Schneider Electric received the Recognition Award in the Large Corporations category, while Dr. Ashok Gadgil from the US won the Lifetime Achievement Award.
What we did was designed a stove working with the women. So it is co-developed with them. And now we have a stable version of the stove we call version 14 now of the Berkeley Darfur stove. Darfur is in there because the women helped us design it. And the stove cost $20 US. But because the women save money, because they don't have to buy the fuel anymore, it saves them $1,600 over 5 years. So it's very cost effective, but they don't have any cash to buy the stoves. So we have been essentially raising money by charity to get the stoves to them.
We are a small to medium scale enterprise, as the category denotes, and that means that we have limited resources. We've really stretched those resources. We work in India. We have more than 100 branches. We have more than 500 people. We've raised limited amounts of capital relative to what's available. And so for us to put ourselves on the international stage, for people to know who we are, what we do, the growth that we've achieved, you can't measure that. I have countless examples of being with families who will tell us that it's totally transformed their lives. You can't, when we're here with such modern technology, it's hard to understand what it's like to live with kerosene. Kerosene is a rotten fuel to be trying to do your homework by. It often burns down the poorest people's homes because a child accidentally knocks it over. It creates smoke and fumes. When you provide a solar light, you really change everything.
Alongside the ongoing World Future Energy Summit in Abu Dhabi, the Emirates Green Building Council held a focus day for key players in the construction and energy supply chain. According to GBC officials, the event provided an effective platform for the government and private sectors to discuss issues related to sustainable built environments, particularly in countries such as the UAE. They say this is essential in reducing the nation's carbon footprint and encouraging a culture of viable living among residents, beginning with education. In addition to this, experts also highlighted the importance of health and safety from the design stage to handover, leasing and occupancy, as well as promoting team culture and accountability.
Keeping the consultant in contact with the operation team in the building to ensure that they are supported from design perspective, that's very important. Ensuring that we have clear information about the building when it comes to testing commissioning reports, when it comes to the O&M manual, the supplier list, and facility management industry and the association that we're working within MEFMA will help to educate clients. We need to close these gaps between the service providers, the owner representative, the owner itself, and the occupant of the building, the people who will lease or buy apartment. They have to understand that everybody has a role within this, very important operation aspect of any building in the GCC and UAE.
There'll be a combination of things. The government and all the different government departments will have a myriad of different mechanisms for doing it, and then the private sector will have different measures. But at the end of the day, it's not something that needs regulation or an incentive to do because it makes commercial sense. If you can go to a building owner and tell them, oh, you can save 1 million dirhams a year, but only requires you to spend 500,000 dirhams, then that makes sense to most building owners.
Attendees from various industries, including construction and facilities management, say this platform will allow the realisation of achieving healthy buildings, starting with the support from government bodies.
I'm very happy and very glad that they start thinking in the governmental that they start thinking about having or doing something about the existing building, because it's a major issue and it has a very big contribution to the energy consumption in the country.
As a follow-up on the registration of the national ID cards, the Emirates Identity Authority has announced an extension in the deadline for expatriates. Registration has been made compulsory for all residents and citizens within the UAE, as this is a vital document for entering and exiting the UAE, as well as its importance for visa applications. As stated by the government, the changes will be enforced without further delays. Abu Dhabi, Dubai and Sharjah will be given more time to register for the Emirates ID cards and renew existing cards without paying fines. Up next, we have the day's business news for you, so stay with us.